Hello, Dr. Geiser's instructional technology class. My name is Dallas Abraham. This presentation is brought to you by Group 5, which includes myself, Austin Hardy, Ashlyn, Ashley Medlock, Carrie Lynn, and Mackenzie McLean. In this presentation, we will be discussing PLCs. This presentation includes a Kahoot video that was edited by Austin Hardy, a Kahoot created by Mackenzie McLean, PLC research by Carrie Lynn, and a video explanation voiceover by Ashley Medlock. I created the PowerPoint presentation that you are viewing. Without further ado, here is Carrie talking about PLCs.
Right. A professional learning community is an ongoing process in which educators work collaboratively in recurring cycles of collective inquiry and action research to achieve better results for the students they serve. Professional learning communities operate under the assumption that the key to improved learning for students is to continuous job-embedded learning for educators. PLCs consist of educators who meet regularly to gather evidence of current levels of student learning, develop strategies and ideas to build on strengths and address weaknesses in that learning, implement those strategies and ideas, analyze the impact of the changes to discover what was effective and what was not, and apply new knowledge in the next cycle of continuous improvement. PLCs focus on what students learn, collaboration, and results. PLCs have an impact on the structure and culture of the school. The PLC process is much more than a meeting. Ashley, your video, please.
Hi, I'm Sharia Westra, President of the Fremont Unified District Teachers Association.
And I'm Kim Wallace, the Assistant Superintendent for Instruction.
Welcome back to a new school year where FEDTA and FUSD continue to move our district forward so that every student is inspired, educated, and challenged. Last spring, FEDTA and FUSD negotiated a one-year agreement to assist in reaching those goals by building in time during the school year for professional learning communities.
For staff, the benefits of PLCs are reduced isolation, powerful group learning and reflection that defines good teaching and classroom practice, the addition of new creative, engaging instructional techniques for your toolkit, increased meaning and understanding of your content standards, and greater job satisfaction and feeling of collegial support. For students, the results include clear understanding of teacher expectations for success, reduced achievement gaps between students from different backgrounds, equitable experiences for students across the school and district, greater academic gains in all subject areas, and lower absentee and dropout rates.
Last week at a special administrator and FEDTA site rep meeting, Dr. Wallace and I handed out a joint memo to address what are the tight and loose elements of our district's PLCs. Think of tight as synonymous with non-discretionary and loose as the equivalent of empowered to make decisions. Simply put, tight is the what, while loose is the how. Please look for that memo in your mailbox or see your site rep if you haven't received it already.
As we continue the journey of working together in grade levels, departments, specialty groups, and other teams, FEDTA and FUSD will continue to work to provide support, flexibility, and create the conditions for your and your students' success. We're looking forward to a great school year together.
So the video features Sharia Westra and Kim Wallace, both of whom work with the Fremont Unified School District. Their goal is to ensure every student is inspired, educated, and challenged. Two of the key points that I took away from the video are the benefits of PLCs for both staff and students. For staff, some of the benefits are reduced isolation, powerful group learning, addition of creative, engaging instructional techniques, and greater job satisfaction. For students, It provides a clearer understanding of teachers' expectations, greater academic gains in all subject areas, and lower absentee and dropout rates.
All right. So to go along with this information, we created a Kahoot. So to create a Kahoot, it's really simple. You go to kahoot.com, you click create after you create either your account or you log in. And for the purposes of this project, we just use the free version, which only gives you multiple choice or true and false type questions. But even with that, there are still a multitude of ways that you can implement your questions and make it useful for your classroom, especially since the information that you use will come directly from what you teach. For us, it's the information that we got from the research from Carrie and from the video that we watched. And these questions, they should be over the ideas that you want your students to take away, the most important parts. And it's a really great way of assessing your students and what they know in an informal type of setting. It can be a lot of fun. Students tend to really get into it. They enjoy it a lot. It can be really competitive for them. And it gives you a chance to go back and review and say, okay, all the students really knew this question, so they have this idea down. But none of the students really knew this one. So it gives you an idea of where to go into your classroom. So we created a Kahoot, which, Austin, if you can pull it up. So on the Kahoot, there are only 5 questions for this one. I did 3 quiz type questions and 2 true and false. The first one is questions about which is not one of the steps for the PLC. So back to the information that Carrie was talking about, it talked about the different processes that you go through on a PLC. So for this question, it's important to know the important steps, the 6 important steps. So this one has 3 of the important steps and then 1 that is not a step, but could sound almost like one if you're not paying enough attention to the information. The next question is a true and false. PLCs take a long time. They actually take 3 to 6 years, which is similar to what the question is, but the question says months. So this is something that can help catch your students, make sure that they're paying attention to wording and to the time frame, which is really, really good for review and making sure your students know the information that they need to know accurately. Questions 3 and 4 are similar to 1, but they have less options. So question 1 had 4, 3 and 4 only have 3 each, because you can customize how many answers you want for each question. And you see that the purpose of a PLC and what is a part of an ongoing cycle for a PLC are both really, really important things to know when you're trying to create and use these PLCs in your classroom for your students. And then the last true and false is different from the first true and false we see, because don't actually see out the typed out question, but you see that there is a picture, and the picture shows the definition for a PLC. So it's asking true or false, is this what a PLC is? So this makes it really easy for students to be able to see the full definition, even though there is a word limit on Kahoot. So the use of pictures with the Kahoot, even in the free version, is really, really great. And you can even do more stuff if you buy the premium version. Right. With that, I'll pass it on over to Austin.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed our presentation. And we want to end our presentation. Thank you so much for coming out to watch.